For Roger Wood, also known as Tiny, life has been everything but.
Always large as a child. Some of my school pictures, first grade, I was bigger than the teacher. Pictures sort of me here, teacher down here.
And that large childhood would carry over to his adult years. He tipped the scale at almost 500 pounds.
439.
439.
Highest I've been is 470.
At 44 years old, Roger has accumulated a number of health problems, all related to his weight. Restless leg syndrome, high blood pressure, sleep apnea. He even died once in his sleep. Most, if not all of Roger's issues, can be blamed on his indulgence to eat over 5,000 calories a day.
Breakfast was gravy and biscuits, eggs, bacon. Lunch, a large pizza by myself. Dinner was 3 or 4 hamburgers.
Roger was eating himself to an early grave, and he knew he didn't have many opportunities left to change his life. He tried routine workouts and diets for years, but nothing worked. At times, he only gained more weight, and on the verge of giving up, he realized there was someone else he wanted to live for.
But my grandson, I want to be there. And right now, I don't think I will be.
Resistant to giving up, he would follow his motivation to Erlanger's bariatric surgery program. Dr. Chris Sandborn, medical director of the weight loss program, says the procedure is one with many risks because it deals with obesity.
And what we do is we take out about 90% of his stomach, leaving his stomach a very small tube, about the size of a banana. So it's real restrictive in what he's going to be able to take in afterwards as far as food.
Sandborn says the long-term effects are life-changing and life-gaining, a life Roger hopes to prolong for himself and maybe someone else.
Did you take any medicines this morning?
Yes.
What did you take this morning?
The propranolol, the Divan, and the...
It's hours before surgery, and like anyone headed under the knife, nerves start to kick in.
Emotions swing this way and that, wondering, am I doing the right thing? Everybody saying, we support you, but if you back out, we won't hold it against you. And
but that didn't hold Roger back. In fact, it drove him more towards the surgery room, where the first steps of his new life would soon begin for himself and his family.
I want to see both of them grow up. And if I don't make a change, I won't.
In many cases, bariatric surgery isn't covered by your health insurance because of its risk factors, but you are urged to call your health care provider. Now, coming up at 6, we'll take a look at Roger post-surgery, his diet, and hear what his family has to say after his long-term struggle with weight loss. In the studio, Antoine Harris, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. It's hours before Roger's surgery, and he goes through the final preparations with Dr. Sandborn and his nursing staff. Sandborn says a normal procedure could take an hour, and it could be risky at times due to the sensitive areas around the stomach.
When you have bleeding and infection, you have worry about risk of leaking from staple lines.
It's not enough to keep Roger from the surgery table, one that he had to lose weight to fit on. In fact, Roger's weight held him back from getting a proper MRI because he couldn't fit in that machine. After losing 30 pounds before surgery, Roger says he was given many opportunities by Sandborn to get the surgery at a later date.
I had the option to even put it off till after Thanksgiving, but I've had 44 to eat the way they wanted. It's time to start new.
And from the prep room to the surgery room, Roger was ready to change his life. 1 month later, we visit Roger just before Christmas. The operation was a success, and weighing in at just under 400 pounds, Roger says he's more alert, more energetic, and, well, shrinking pretty fast.
My watch, actually, I'm fixing to have to go have some links taken out so I can keep wearing it.
Shirt's too big.
Shirt's hanging on me. I'm going to go a couple sizes before I go buy new clothes. I've went from a size 54 pants down to 48 already.
Roger is now on a 1,000 calorie a day diet, 5 times less than what his previous intake was. His grandkids, Ethan and Aaron, won't be able to comprehend Roger's story or understand his struggle for quite some time. But his daughters, Amber and Lindsay, know exactly how tough it's been on the family. Lindsay says she was prepared to live life without her father, but never gave up hope that he could change.
The day I gave birth to my first son, he was in the hospital while I was giving birth. And I thought he was done. And it was because he couldn't breathe. And that's whenever he realized he needed to change. And I'm so happy he did.
Amber, who measured her father's life by his sleep patterns, says now she's more comfortable with Roger taking a nap than before.
He usually would just come home and sleep, and if he was sleeping, I knew when he was snoring that he was still alive. And so now I just know that he's gonna make it. Like, I don't worry about listening to him sleep and making sure he's snoring to make sure he's still alive.
And Roger plans to keep himself alive and healthy for the time being. He says the surgery was the smartest decision he's made in his lifetime. And going on without the indulgence of food will be a challenge, but the end result of life, family, and friends, that keeps him motivated to make the right choice. The choice to live. Roger will undergo meetings, support groups, and monitoring for a number of years, and the doctor expects him to get right around 300 pounds. Now, for more information regarding the bariatric program at Erlanger, visit our website,